our heroes are here.
Yeah.
It's about to get crazy.
Not really, though, but.
Guess who's back? It's us, Brittany.
And Nicole.
Hello, friends out there. Welcome back to a brand new episode of Movie Night with the Youngs. We've been gone for a quick minute, but we are back. We're here to inspire our movie wisdom on everybody because we know how much you guys enjoy that. But yeah, Nicole, welcome back.
Thanks. It's good to be back. I don't know if any of you have checked out our Instagram or not, but we did make a little announcement there. I was gone for a while because I had back surgery in December.
Woo!
So Brittany and I, we did film up until we hit about mid-January, I think, and then I thought I was ready, and the recovery was long, so I was not ready. But now we are back, and I'm ready.
Now we're back, and we know those of us, I mean, it's us, all of our friends who have been with us this whole time. You guys know how the podcast works. We're two sisters. We are going back and watching the movies of our childhood to talk about how they affect us now as adults and trying to figure out if we think, do they hold up or are they just nostalgic? We usually have themes for every month, but because this is March and we're halfway through it, we just thought we would do a random movie. And for some reason we decided, why not do Super Mario Bros. From 1993, directed by Rocky Morton, Annabelle Jankel, starring Bob Hoskins, John Leguizamo, Dennis Hopper, and Fiona Shaw. Why did we decide to do this movie?
I actually have no idea.
I mean, we did 100% watch it a lot.
We did. But I don't know why we were thinking about it. I think we were talking about Nintendo. I feel like we want to play like the old school Super Mario games.
Maybe. I
And
mean,
then the movie popped up or something. I don't know.
That makes sense. I mean, it is very interesting because in about 3 weeks, I don't know if you knew, but they are now coming out with the Super Mario Brothers animated movie starring Chris Pratt and Anya Taylor-Joy and Jack Black. But this is a live action version for people who haven't seen it. It's a live action version of the old school video games that was made back in the 90s. That is apparently not available to stream anywhere because we looked.
We were on the hunt.
I actually own the DVD and bought it many years ago, like in the aisle of Ralph's at the grocery store. Where did you find it?
So we looked on Amazon we found it?
Yeah.
However, here's the DVD right here. This is the like Canadian version, so when you watch it, it's not full screen. Because I think the formatting, I'm not a tech guru, but something to do with the formatting. So it's like a little square on the screen. But yeah, we found it.
I mean, I feel like it's appropriate. Like we had to kick it old school to play Mario. Now we had to kick it old school to watch Mario literally on DVDs.
Mm-hmm.
Like I kind of thought, is this the DVD that's going to get stuck in my DVD player forever?
Yeah. Yeah. Even the quality, I don't know about yours. Maybe it's just mine, but the quality wasn't even good.
Oh, mine's okay.
It was pretty fuzzy.
I thought mine was okay, but I also am just like, I think I understand why that movie was like $5.99 on sale.
I paid $3.49.
Yeah, and I told you it was going to be janky. For $3.49.
It still worked.
It did.
But it's in English, so that's a plus.
There's a reasonable belief of this is not going to be good because it was $3.49. Mm-hmm. Well, should we get into it now that we've reminisced?
Yes, let's.
Okay, so Super Mario Bros. 1993. Again, it is a live action version of the Nintendo video game. We had it on Game Boy. We never had a Nintendo 64, but we definitely played it a lot on Game Boy.
Just Game Boys, yeah.
Yeah.
Like the old school Game Boys, like the gray ones with the purple
bricks.
Buttons. Yeah.
Yeah, the brick Game Boys. I don't think we had Game Boy Color. Dominic might have, but I don't think we did.
I don't think so.
No. Well, this movie I think is very funny because when I put in the DVD menu starts with I don't even want to sing it because it's like
the game, yeah.
Yeah, the Super Mario's theme song. And when it goes into the opening credits, it starts that way, but then like slowly bleeds out into like, cinematic music. But the opening part, they tell us that 65 million years ago, a meteorite struck Earth. And the dinosaurs, instead of dying like we all think, actually were sent to a parallel universe where they continue to evolve and grow, and they're about to like come back into our world.
Mhm.
Um, which I thought was a very interesting and dramatic entrance, because were there really dinosaurs in the video game?
I don't remember any. The only one I remember, isn't Yoshi a dinosaur?
Yoshi is a dinosaur, and then aren't those other guys like eggs? But I was like, dinosaurs play a huge role in this movie, and I don't remember them really being that way in the video game.
Yeah, I don't remember any dinosaurs other than Yoshi.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
after 65 million years ago, we now come into the present, which is we come up on the scene where is a woman dropping off her child at the steps of a nunnery. And the nuns open this little, what they think is a basket with this little with this little piece of rock. It opens up and there's actually an egg inside. And from the egg comes a baby, a human, quote unquote, baby. And we then flash forward and we see, I guess, present day, which is present day 1993, Luigi Mario, who's played by John Leguizamo, in his apartment with his older brother, Mario, played by Bob Hoskins. We find out that they are both plumbers, and Luigi kind of has his head in the clouds. He thinks that things are happening that might not be happening in the world. He reads National Enquirer, basically. I want to ask you, I think it's very interesting. I love Bob Hoskins, and anything Bob Hoskins does is gold. That's not the argument. There's no argument there. But there's been a huge argument with the new movie coming out about Chris Pratt's accent. He's basically voicing Mario as Chris Pratt. Like, remember Mario in the game is like, it's a me, a Mario.
Yeah.
Hoo-hoo!
Yeah.
Chris Pratt isn't doing
That was
that.
a great impression.
Thank you. I'm trying to get voiceover work. But like, it's Chris Pratt just doing his own voice. And a lot of people were upset, like asking to recast, and the movie's already been done. Did you have any problem with Bob Hoskins not doing that in this live action version?
I don't think so.
I didn't either.
No. I think it works well with the tone of the film, with Luigi's character. Yeah. That didn't even cross my mind.
Yeah.
Because I don't really, like, I don't feel like this needs to translate exactly like the actual game. We
Which it does
already,
not.
we already embody his actual character, and I think that was enough for the movie. I don't have an issue with it.
Yeah, I mean, Bob Hoskins is a master
He does a good job.
craft, actor. He could probably do the accent, but it was one of those things where I was like, it never bumped me. And even as a kid, I wasn't like, why isn't he talking like the video game?
Yeah.
But I just thought, because there is so much backlash from the cartoons right now, that I thought it was interesting if we felt in this live action he needed to have it, which we don't.
No. I haven't heard any of that news.
Well, you're not as much in the pop culture world as I am.
No, I'm not. But
yeah, but it was a huge thing. It was.
All
it
those
really
diehard Mario fans, I guess.
Yeah, it really was. But so here we have Luigi and Mario, the Mario brothers. They are plumbers, and they get a job, or they get a call to come down and get a job for work. And they're driving through the streets of Brooklyn, and you just kind of get a sense of their dynamic of Mario, the older brother who knows everything, and Luigi, the younger brother who, you got to believe in me. Like, just trust me, just trust me. They end up getting to the job a little late, and another plumbing company has moved in, the Scapelli plumbers, which we then find out these plumbers are part of like the Scapelli construction group that has now blasted a site by the is there a Brooklyn, what river is over underneath the Brooklyn Bridge?
I have no idea.
Anyway,
Sorry.
It's by the water that's underneath the Brooklyn Bridge. But they have blasted a site there that has now uncovered dinosaur bones. And the New York University, their anthropology department has come in, and they're trying to excavate the bones while being hounded by Scapelli's goons. And that's when we meet Daisy, which cracks me up because it's literally, again, 1993 in the middle of Brooklyn, and this girl is dressed like she is out in Egypt digging for mummies.
She does.
Like,
she has the same outfit as the character in Jurassic Park, the first Jurassic Park. Like the exact
Laura
same
Dern's
outfit.
character?
Yeah, like the exact same
Yeah,
outfit.
except for not a pink tank top.
Yeah, with the cargo shorts and
And like the button-up white shirt and like a tank top underneath.
Yeah.
She looks like she is really digging hard here. But basically she tells Scapelli's people, I'm going to go call the university. Everybody watch everything. We then run into the Mario brothers. Their van has broken down. Daisy meets Luigi. He kind of has a little bit of a crush on her. Offers to give her the payphone, which I thought was very time appropriate. Like, she's waiting in line to use the payphone and is very frustrated that he's still using it. During this time, she sees that there's these two goons following her, which we find out their names are Spike and Iggy later.
Wait, are there payphones anymore?
I think that there are some, but I think they're all like credit card now.
Oh, interesting.
Because there's some here in LA still.
Oh, I was just thinking about the ones that we used to use.
Oh yeah, payphones all day, baby. Had to get that 25 cents.
And
or
then the
what in
booths
Japan
were always
was
like super claustrophobic, and half the
in
time
Japan.
the
I
door
think they
didn't
were
even
10
open.
yen. Oh yeah, or it didn't close, and you were like, okay.
Yeah.
But Daisy sees that there are these two goons following her, which I think is very funny because their cover is they're sitting in a taxi cab watching her on the payphone, but they have these huge newspapers that say missing Brooklyn girls. Like, apparently a bunch of Brooklyn girls have gone missing. It's huge news. It's front paper news. And then she starts talking to Mario and Luigi, and they say, like, do you need help? We can tell you're a little flustered. And she says, like, yeah, I have a problem. And they're like, well, we got a van. We can drive you anywhere. Daisy, there's missing Brooklyn girls. Why are you getting in a van with two plumbers?
Random people.
Makes no sense. It's not safe. But she
anything
thinks,
to get away from them.
I know, but
She's
like,
gonna
it's a
jump in.
weird why you don't trust Iggy and Spike. I mean, obviously they're goons, but then you trust like Mario and Luigi. Just,
Yeah.
it's very interesting. But Mario and Luigi take her back to the dig site, and Luigi asks her out on a date, and she says yes. And then that night they do a double date with Mario and his girlfriend.
I don't remember her name either.
Carletta?
That sounds right.
Angeline? Mario's girlfriend. She comes into play later. We'll just call her Mario's girlfriend. Sorry, feminism, but Mario's girlfriend for right now. They go out on a double date, and they talk and they chat. And when they split ways to the night, Mario drops off his girlfriend at her house, and Luigi and Daisy go to the dig site. When Mario leaves after dropping off, I think it's Carletta, dropping off his girlfriend, she ends up getting kidnapped by Iggy and Spike because they think she's Daisy in disguise.
Yes.
Which is so stupid, but I love it. Luigi and Daisy,
they don't even look alike at all.
They don't even, but they're dumb. They we'll find out why they think she's Daisy in disguise later. But Luigi and Daisy go into the dig site, and she shows him the bones, which I also got a little bit annoyed at because I'm like, you're stepping all over precious bones here.
Oh yeah.
Like, she never tells him to be careful. He's just like, hey, look at this.
Yeah.
But while they're down there, they hear some noise, and all of a sudden water just starts gushing from the pipes that are under, because this is all underground. So water starts rushing from the pipes. They see guys running with the Scapelli construction on their back. This is what got me. Luigi then starts yelling, and I have it written down. What did they do? What do they got down there?
He's supposed to be the plumber.
Luigi, water is gushing from nowhere. Clearly, they mess with the pipes. And clearly there are pipes down there.
Yes.
But Daisy gets excited because you're a plumber, right? You can fix it. Luigi says, yes, I can. Let me get Mario. Mario comes down. They start fixing the pipes. And unbeknownst to them, Iggy and Spike are also down in these tunnels. And they have just been reprimanded by somebody we haven't seen yet. And they're like, that wasn't her, but I can smell her. She's down here. Which I'm also just like, how can you smell her? You've never met her.
I don't know. Animal instinct?
Did you have a piece of, but you couldn't even have a piece of clothing to like sniff her out.
True.
She was there. You don't know her. How do you smell her?
Yeah.
We'll just leave it at that, not to spoiler alert. But I literally, that was my note. How do Iggy and Spike smell her? They don't know her.
I love them, by the way.
Oh my God.
They're hilarious in this movie.
Fisher Stevens and Richard Edson, who play these two characters. I mean, Fisher Stevens, we know him from so many things, probably us more. We know him from Short Circuit.
That's what I thought of when I was watching this.
Yeah, but Richard Edson, have you ever seen Do the Right Thing?
I don't think so.
Oh, Nicole, I cry. Do the Right Thing.
Wait, is it a movie that I would like?
No.
Because okay, then I'm not going to watch it.
It deals with a lot of racial tension in the 80s, 90s New York. But Richard Edson is in there, and he plays a borderline racist, and it's so opposite of what he plays here. And it just, again, it's a testament to these actors in this movie because they're all so good
Yeah.
in this movie, even though the movie is kind of a joke.
Mm-hmm.
Like everybody's just fantastic at what they do.
Yeah.
And it makes the movie enjoyable. But they're down there, they can smell Daisy. They go into the little like room where all the plumbing is and they see Mario and Luigi. So Spike and Iggy hit them over the head and they grab Daisy and they take her deeper into the tunnel. Mario and Luigi go after her, trying to find her. They're going deeper, deeper, deeper into this tunnel until they kind of hit a dead end, but they can still hear her. And they're up against this wall, like on a ravine, literally like Indiana
Super
Jones
sketch.
style. Yeah, like they could fall down this ravine at any moment. And they stop and they look ahead to this blank wall or solid wall, and they see Daisy's face like pop out, kind of like all pixelated.
Yeah.
And they're like, what? No, like it's solid rock. How is this happening? And Daisy keeps on like, Luigi, Mario, like help me or whatever. And she comes so far out that Luigi can grab the necklace that is around her neck, which she told him was the only thing that was found with her when she went to the nunnery or was found
Mm-hmm.
at the nunnery. And he pulls that off and she gets sucked back in and Luigi decides to go for it. And he jumps through the wall. And then Mario starts freaking out and is like, let me just, like, what am I going to, and literally falls into the wall.
Yeah. Which I don't know if I would have done.
Just, Nicole,
jumping in.
Nicole,
Is that your next question?
My question is, would you jump into the wall after me?
Oh, after you? Sure.
Well, if we're
I'll
going
save
on
my sister.
if we're going on the age dynamics of younger brother, younger sister, like,
yeah.
Of us two, do you think I don't know if I would be the first one to go through.
I feel like for me, I'd start throwing stuff at the wall to see if that goes through first, and then maybe my body.
Or maybe I'd want to be like, can we go together?
True.
But I don't know if Shane was on the other wall being kidnapped. I think I like, or if like Dominic or mom or dad, like if somebody was being kidnapped on the other side, maybe I would.
Yeah. You also got to make sure you can make that gap because you're not going to want to fall.
Well, if I don't get through the wall, I'm going down the ravine anyways. It doesn't matter. I'm dead.
Yeah, true.
So I'm either through or dead.
So are we saying it depends on who's on the other side of the wall?
Yeah.
So some people,
can we
that might not be good.
What? What do you mean?
No, I was saying that might be good, not good if there's someone on the other side of the wall that we're not willing to save.
Oh, I mean, I feel like we're pretty good people that if we were just with that person, we would try to do everything we could to get them back. Was that believable?
We'll make an effort.
Yeah. I mean, let's not get into that gray area.
Yeah.
But they tumble through the wall and they start going through this weird pixelated world. And when they stop falling, they come out on the other side to what looks like a Total Recall version of New York City.
I thought the exact same thing. Like the exact same set almost.
Maybe even the same production
designer. It
probably
was, maybe.
It might. Well, it's also, I think, for some reason in the 90s, that was hot. Like this weird Total Recall, water world, dystopian.
Yeah.
Like things look like what we think they are, but they're not really kind of world.
But even the character, like the people, like the extras, the characters walking around felt like they were in Total Recall too.
Yeah. They're all like dressed, like look like something's different about them. We don't know yet what it is, but we're like, okay, these people are not fully human. But like, it looks like trash. Like nobody's nice there. Like they get robbed by an old lady.
Like he's very aggressive.
Yeah. Like she seems so sweet and then they get robbed. But I thought it was very interesting because this is where it really starts to veer away from the video game. The video game was like, they're like running up and down blocks. And like jumping over tunnels, but they're all outside. This is literally, they're in an apocalyptic looking New York.
Yeah.
Like it's nothing like the video game at this point.
Yeah. Well, is the movie supposed to be like the video game or just the characters? Like you're just using the characters.
I think it's just inspired by, or maybe like a way to make Super Mario cinematic.
True.
Because I'm
sorry. There's like pieces of the game in there, but the actual story is not the game.
Yeah. Because like I feel like this was not a movie made for the kids that were playing Super Mario. I feel like this is a movie played for like teenagers or young adults.
Yeah.
Because like what, us 1993, I mean, let's show our age. You were 10, I was 5. Wait, 5? Yeah. You're 9, I was 5.
Math is not
Yeah.
my strong subject,
It is
so
so I would say it's so early in the morning, but it is the afternoon. But yeah, like this was not our vision of Super Mario's world.
no.
Um,
But we
but
watched it when we were that young.
heck yeah, because it was Super Mario.
Yeah.
But we go through, and the Mario brothers are trying to find Daisy. She has been put into a taxi cab by Spike and Iggy, and they're trying to go after her. And they run into a lot of characters, like the old lady who
Mhm.
tries to rob them, which I think is funny because she says, "Are you boys from around here?" And they say no. And then she says, "I need Koopa coins." Why would they have Koopa coins? They don't live here. You just asked, woman. You're not a good robber. But they run into her. They also run into this woman who we find out later. Her name is Big Bertha. She's this beautiful, big black woman, very pretty, boobies all hanging out. And she steals the rock that is the necklace that Luigi pulled off of Daisy when she was in the wall. She steals it, clicks her little boots, and then jumps over like the whole of the city, flying on
Which,
these little rocket boots.
which reminds me, for some reason, I got Back to the Future from that
I
scene.
did
I don't know
too.
why, but
I did too. I thought Back to the Future, and I was like, that. I think that is trying to play at how can we make Mario and Luigi in the video games jumping cooler,
yeah,
and it's these boots.
yeah.
But yeah, she takes the she steals the rock, takes it. They then just start exploring, and they run into a guy singing a song against the President Koopa, and he gets arrested. And then, well, actually, I skipped something. When Iggy and this is like a Space Jam retelling because there's so much going on.
Yeah.
I
What did you
apologize.
miss?
I missed uh Iggy and Spike have told King Koopa they've got
Oh.
Daisy.
Mhm.
King Koopa says, "Where's the rock?" And they go, "The plumbers. The plumbers have it." And then King Koopa puts out a plumber alert. And it starts going through the whole plumber alert, plumber alert. And I'm like, how many plumbers do you have coming down here that you got a plumber alert button in your town?
Mhm.
Like, is
How
this
did
a
they
common occurrence?
don't they have their pictures on it too? How did they get their
No,
pictures?
that's coming up. The first
Mm,
plumber alert is just a plumber, like the vocal plumber alert.
mm,
Uh, but yes, so then the plumber alert goes off. Mario and Luigi run it. So many things are happening. Mario and Luigi run into this guy who gets arrested. They fight back against the police, and the police are like, "You're plumbers. You're arrested." And they think they're just getting arrested for literally being plumbers, but they then go through this world's jail system. Like they get desanitized, they go and get their pictures taken, and that's their mugshots. That's where they get it. They get put in like this little itty bitty cage, and that's
yeah.
where one of the prisoners basically tell them, "You are in a world where the dinosaurs were banished to 65 million years ago. Our world split, and we are all descendants of dinosaurs and lizards and stuff like that." And King Koopa has basically run this place into the ground, and our former king is all over the city in the form of fungus.
Mhm,
And you see all this fungus hanging around.
mhm.
So King Koopa comes to interrogate Mario and Luigi, and they still have no really idea what's going on. And he's like, "Give me the rock." And they're like, "What rock are you talking? We don't know what you're talking about." And he's like, "All right, I'm taking you guys to the de-evolution chamber." He takes them to the de-evolution chamber, and also their friend who got arrested with them, and puts him in the little chair, makes him go back, which kind of made me feel like The Fly. I think they're taking a lot of things from other
Oh,
movies
yeah,
here.
yeah. That's a
Puts him
creepy
in the
movie.
de-evolution chamber and takes him way back to whatever he originally evolved from, and it
Mhm.
just looks like a weird small
Um,
head. I don't even know what he is.
they look kinda look like lizard heads to me.
He's some kind of lizard dinosaur.
Or like a character in I don't know why that reminds me of characters in you remember the TV show Dinosaurs?
Yeah, but they all had huge heads. This one's got like
Yeah,
a
but
little
this
peanut head.
had the same vibe to me.
It does. He looks like a scaly little thing,
Mhm,
but he's now dumb. Like his
mhm.
brain has been put down to the size of a pea. He is now very impressionable. And we find out this is the character Toad, who is in the Mario Brothers game, but he is the little small shell that has giant feet.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
Yeah. And I'm just like, okay,
Huh.
so what? Like, that's what I asked. I was like, we find out that these de evolved characters become an army that King Koopa uses, and he calls them Goombas.
Goombas. Mm-hmm.
But like Toad's not a Goomba. I don't know. I'm just confused.
Confused about what?
Because I'm just
What he
confused.
becomes?
I'm just confused as to, are they in the game? Are they not in the game?
Oh, I would say they're not in the game, but
I
maybe,
don't know.
or maybe it was a level we never got to.
Could be. There's a lot of those.
Yeah.
But one thing I love about this scene is Mario and Luigi ask King Koopa, who, sorry, is played by Dennis Hopper, who's also an amazing actor, very committed to the role. Ask him, what did you descend from? And he goes, I descended from the king lizard, Tyrannosaurus Rex. And from then on, I noticed, I don't know if you noticed, anytime he is standing still, he puts his arms really close to his body and kind of puts him out like a T-Rex. And that's how he stands. For those of you who are listening, you're missing the visual of me doing my T-Rex impression.
Really little.
Like, he just has, like...
What's that one movie where they're like, they have a big head and little tiny arms?
Yeah,
and they're
Meet
talking
the
about
Robertsons. Yeah, he's like, I got a big head and little tiny arms. That's the T-Rex telling him.
Yeah.
But it reminded me, because on Glow, when I run, when I would run the ropes, the girls, it was Chavo Guerrero Jr. who started it, but the girls would laugh at me because I have T-Rex arms because I run like that. And it's different than Dennis Hopper, who made an acting choice, is to keep my boobies from hitting me in the face.
Very effective.
That's the only reason why I do it. But I thought it was a really great addition to his character. But,
and his whole character.
Yeah, his whole
it looks like a lizard head.
Yeah. So Mario and Luigi decide to attack King Koopa. They restrain him. They restrain his guys. They're able to make it out of the de-evolution chamber. They go outside. They're now back in the police station, and they try to make a break for it. And here's where they start to add in like the physicality of the Super Mario games. Like, they grab onto a little cable line and they're swinging back and forth. They end up stealing a cop car and like going through the streets of this faux New York in this cop car. And I thought, is that them trying to compare it to Super Mario Kart?
Could be.
Because, like, you think this is like a kid? This is a huge car chase scene. There's explosions. Cars are being flipped. Like, this was a huge stunt piece.
Yeah. It could be Mario Kart.
I mean...
Was Mario Kart out at that time?
I don't know. Hey, fact checker. Can you check that? Thank you. We don't have a fact checker. There was nobody over there.
I was gonna say, you got a personal assistant somewhere.
YouTube viewers, let us know in the comments if Super Mario Super Mario Kart was out by 1993. But it really is an elaborate car chase. There's explosions. They're flipping cars. It's insane. But in this time, they end up basically driving the wrong way so far out of the city that they end up outside the city in the desert. During all of this, Daisy is taken to her like hostage room, where she finds out that the rest of the missing Brooklyn girls are there. And Angelica?
Yeah, that sounds
good.
good.
Mario's girlfriend, Angelica. Mario's girlfriend. You guys know we're not good with names. Mario's girlfriend is there and tells her, so apparently this King Koopa guy is looking for a princess, and none of us fit the bill. She is so excited that none of them fit. Like, she is giddy. She's like, and I guess none of us fit the bill.
Yeah, girl, she's not worried about being kidnapped or anything.
Like, not only were you kidnapped, you were taken to another dimension, and there's dinosaurs walking around, and you guys are just like smoking.
And they're in a room with like hospital beds.
Sure, but like they just all seem very calm. I would be freaking out at one of those things, let alone all three. Brooklyn girls are made different, I guess. They're tough. So Daisy finds out that he's looking for a princess. She is then taken from the group and made up to look like a princess, because King Koopa and his sidekick, played by Fiona Shaw, her name is Lena in the movie, know that Daisy is the princess they're looking for. And they make her up and put her in this dress, which Lena tells Daisy was her mother's dress, which I'm like, why are you guys holding on to her dead mom's clothes?
Yeah.
Daisy is at least 25.
Yeah.
Why are you holding on to her dead mother's wardrobe in your weird world?
Mhm.
But she tells her, you are descended from dinosaurs, or she tells her you are a descendant of the royalty of this world. And that's when Daisy meets Yoshi for the first time.
Mhm.
And King Koopa comes in and he starts talking to her and saying, like, you never felt like you belonged in the world of humans. Like, you knew somewhere deep inside you always had descended from the dinosaurs.
Mhm.
Then he attempts to assault her because, yep, feminism. Like, my dude, you don't have to kiss her. You could just
Yeah.
kidnap her.
It's a little awkward.
It's
I
so,
felt like that really didn't fit in that scene.
and he also says, like, every girl remembers the first time she kissed a lizard. No,
Yeah.
it's too much. That could have been a cut. That could have
Yeah.
been a cut
Mhm.
easily. But basically he tells her, like, I need to keep you here until I can merge our worlds and take over the human world. And to do that, I need you and I need the Rock.
Mhm.
And so he decides to get Spike and Iggy back, or Spike and Iggy back, and just really thinks that they're not up to the task. They're idiots. Like, there's even one scene where they walk in and she goes, "Hello, morons," and they're like, "Hey."
Yeah. They're definitely out there. That's for
Yeah,
sure.
like, they're not the smartest in the bunch. So King Koopa takes Iggy and Spike to the de-evolution chamber, which also can apparently evolution you.
Yes. Make you
Uh,
smarter.
well, no, but they can, like, progress your evolution.
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah,
Mhm.
so he puts them in there and, yeah, progresses their evolution, and they become extremely smart.
Yeah.
Tell them to go to the desert to find Mario and Luigi.
Mhm.
Mario and Luigi are out there walking. Again, seeing the chemistry between Leguizamo and Hoskins here, just bickering back and forth. Iggy and Spike find them, and they all decide, like, hey, Spike and Iggy need the Rock. Mario and Luigi need Daisy.
Yeah.
There's an even trade. You help us get the Rock, we'll help you get Daisy. So they decide to team up. They sneak away into a trash van. trash
A
truck.
garbage truck?
Wow, a garbage truck. That's what they're called. I'm just gonna take a sip of water here. That seems like a good break. Fresh. Escape into a trash. Dang it! Into a garbage
Garbage truck.
They escape into a garbage truck and get back into the city. And they end up telling, or sorry, Mario and Luigi end up telling Spike and Iggy, so many people, Spike and Iggy, that this large woman with spikes, red spikes, took the Rock. They know exactly who it is. It's Big
Mhm.
Bertha from the Boom Boom Room, or the Boom Boom Club.
Yeah.
So they go to the club, and oh my god, the outfits that they put Mario and Luigi in are so weird.
They remind me of MC Hammer
Yeah, that's a
for some
good.
reason.
They're extremely bright red and yellow, which at first I was like, why didn't they put them in their traditional
Red and
green and
green. Yeah.
red?
I thought that too.
But I think it's not their moment to be the hero yet. So
Mhm.
that's why I think. But we will talk about that moment when it happens. But they come into the club, and of course, every time there's dancing, there's a choreographed dance.
Mhm.
But these
Like
guys are
everyone
like,
just knows the dance.
yeah, but they're like lizard, like, like,
Like a weird
like,
version of Thriller,
yeah, but
basically.
like they're shaking so fast. It's brilliantly done, but it's creepy. But they find Big Bertha, and Mario says, like, let me take care of it. So he
Mhm.
goes and tries to seduce her on the dance floor, and they're dancing, and he finally gets the stone from her neck.
Mhm.
And at that moment, the bouncer at the club called the cops and said, I got your plumbers here. Goombas show up, Lena shows up. They then escape to try to get out of it, or to try to get out of there, and they end up now getting those bouncing boots that Bertha
Mhm.
had at the beginning scene when they met them.
Bouncing
And
boots.
what are they called?
I don't not
I
bouncing
think,
boots?
well, whatever, the boots that make them bounce.
Yeah.
The shoes.
They make them bounce, like
I think
fly.
I think she called them blasters or something.
Yeah.
But I love that she's the one that, in the scuffle, she's the one that shows them the boots and how to get out.
Yeah. Mhm.
And I like that she does that. And she kisses Mario for, like,
Mhm.
I think she goes, come here, pudgy face.
Yeah.
And she gives him a kiss for like good luck. And he's like, thank you.
Yeah.
Before I did step over the best part of the club is the song that they dance to.
Oh, yeah.
Uh, I think a lot of people know this song, even though they might not know what the movie is.
Is it only from the movie or is it
I
like an
think
actual?
so. No, I think it's only from this movie, but like I thought the lyrics were funny. It's um open the door, get on the floor. Everybody want that dinosaur. Open the door, get on the floor. Everybody want that dinosaur.
Nice job.
Thank you. Also looking for singing work. But this it's a pretty iconic song.
Yeah.
Where am I now? So much happening. Space Jam. Mario and Luigi have now bounced their way out of the club. Unfortunately, they don't have the rock because in the scuffle, Lena has gotten it.
Mm-hmm.
And during this time, Spike and Iggy are at the bar. Basically, they've become so evolved that they're now plotting the overthrow of King Koopa.
Yeah.
And Lena decides to take them with her and brings them back to King Koopa's lair as like hostages.
Mm-hmm.
And she tells King Koopa, like, I want to help you. I want to be your person. Like, you don't need Daisy. You just need me. I can help you merge the worlds. And he's just like, no, I need Daisy. I don't need you. Basically, just pushing her off. She never tells him she has the rock. So she decides, you know what? It's my time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go do this for me. And at that time, Mario and Luigi, they are still trying to get into King Koopa's tower. They find a way to get in through another garbage truck. And they end up getting in and like messing with the pipes to freeze everybody out, which like plays one beat of the next 25 minutes. But that is where they find these coveralls that are their traditional red and green.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's the moment that signifies our heroes are here.
Yeah.
It's about to get crazy.
Not really though, but
it's a me, a Mario, a Luigi. But yeah, so they're about to do this. They're gonna find Daisy. They're gonna get everybody out of here. And literally the next 25 minutes is them going through King Koopa's tower.
Mm-hmm.
While they're doing that, Lena has gone to the meteorite site to try to merge the worlds.
Yeah.
But she gets caught. And King Koopa has her arrested and brings her back and is like, how dare you do that?
Mm-hmm.
Give me the stone. He now has the stone. But Mario and Luigi, they go through a bunch of different, like, can't even get in. There's so many things that happen. Can't even get into too much detail about them. But like they go through, they find Daisy. And she basically tells them, like, you guys, like, here's my father. And she's pointed to just a huge vat of fungus.
Over like a king's chair.
Yeah, because Iggy and Spike have told her, like, your father, who used to be the king of this world, is now de-evolved and he's turned into fungus. And he has been the fungus that's been all over town trying to help Mario and Luigi.
Mm-hmm. Which I don't think you mentioned.
Well, because a lot of things but a lot of things Mario and Luigi keep thinking, like, he tries to give them a bomb at one point.
Mm-hmm.
And then he tries to, like, make the mushrooms turn towards them, but they don't really start depending on the fungus until a little bit later.
True. Which is all from the game, though.
Yeah.
That is.
But Mario and Luigi find Daisy, and she says, like, this is my dad, the fungus. And she says, have you guys, like, called Carletta/Angela? Or, like, have you saved them? And Mario's just like, what? He has no idea that she's here.
She was there. Mm-hmm.
So they split up. Mario goes to help Angela/Carletta, his girlfriend, and Luigi and Daisy try to go find King Koopa to stop him. But King Koopa ends up coming to them first and kidnaps them to start dragging them towards the meteorite site.
Mm-hmm.
In this scuffle, Lena comes back and she takes the stone again, unbeknown to King Koopa. But during this time, Mario breaks into where the girls are being kept in the Goomba chamber, or Goomba barracks, sorry. Knock out all the Goombas in there. Again, literally one of the girls is just smoking the whole time. The blonde girl. She's just in there smoking while she's getting rescued.
Mm-hmm.
But Mario has told them that we froze the pipes, so we're about to ride them down the building. Mm-hmm. So they take one of the hospital bed mattresses, unscrew the air grate, and literally roller coaster it down.
Yeah. Which those are rather large pipes.
They are, but I'm also just like, this is like reminiscence of them, or like in the Goonies when they go
Goonies,
down
yeah.
all the water
Mhm.
slides. Like, I feel like this is the part to me where I'm like, this is a Britney and Nicole movie right here. Like, because
Because
that's what we
they're
would do.
yeah, we would definitely do that.
We would definitely do that. And that part was fun to me. But
Yeah.
they end up making it down into the streets. Mario's trying to usher the girls to get over to the meteorite site so they can cross over. They then meet King Koopa and Luigi and Daisy in the streets, and they have an all-out fight.
Mhm.
And so they have an all-out fight, and Lena has the stone. She makes it to the meteorite site. Mario tells the girls to just go. Like, go jump onto the other side of the wall, let everyone know in Brooklyn what's happening, like, just get out of here, go. Again, Blondie's still smoking. Like, she's still smoking her cigarette, she can't even put it out. They cross over. Mario and King Koopa start having this huge epic fight. Now, this is where the fungus gives Mario a bomb,
Mhm.
which is from the game. They're bombs,
Yeah.
little
Little
guys that
wind
you
up.
wind up and but I just love how everyone's like, ba-bomb, ba-bomb. Don't know why they're called ba-bombs, but they're called bombs. And Mario winds it up, puts it down on the ground. King Koopa, it's coming for you. It is the slowest moving
Yeah, it is.
toy known to man.
Mhm.
For the next 10 minutes of this movie, this ba-bomb is going to travel.
Yeah.
And while that happens, Lena has made it to the stone. Mario or Luigi and Daisy are right behind her, and she says, "It's my time. I'm going to merge the worlds. I'm going to be queen." She puts the stone in, and the worlds start to merge,
Mhm.
but ends up electrifying her and like throwing her into the wall, and her body just disintegrates, and she becomes a fossil,
Yeah.
which is very funny.
Yeah.
But in that time, while Mario and King Koopa are fighting, they disintegrate and end up in Brooklyn,
Yeah.
like real Brooklyn.
Real world. Mhm.
Just very conveniently in front of a crowd of people
Yeah.
and news
And news,
cameras.
yeah.
Very
They were waiting
convenient.
for them.
Apparently, they were just waiting. Well, the girls didn't have enough time. The girls did not have enough time to
Yeah.
alert the world. But while they're in Brooklyn, Koopa decides to shoot Scapelli, the head of the construction guy, with a de-evolution gun and turns him into a monkey,
Monkey. Mhm.
which I like the thought process of trying to take over the world, but like that's going to be a lot of monkeys running around.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if the ratio is going to be quite to your liking, King Koopa, because you're
Mhm.
bringing maybe like 10,000 people. We've got
Yeah.
7 billion.
Yeah.
Like, it's going to be a quite different ratio. But here, when he tries to hit Mario with the de-evolutionized gun, that's when Mario, who did grab a little bit of the fungus, brings out a mushroom and says, "Trust the fungus," and like
Mhm.
it shields the
Yeah.
de-evolution gun back at King Koopa.
Mhm.
And on the other side of the wall, oh, this is a lot. On the other side of the wall, I'm trying to really condense it, and it's still a lot. On the other side of the wall, Daisy and Luigi have gotten the rock or gotten the shard out of the meteorite,
Mhm.
and King Koopa and Mario dissolve back into
The
faux
other
New
world.
York, the
Yeah.
other world.
They never
King Koopa,
actually name it,
they don't. I
I
think it's
don't
just
think.
world.
Koopa Land?
Koopa's pissed. And so he's about to like really let loose on Mario, but then Luigi comes out of nowhere with his little boots, his bouncing boots, and grabs some de-evolutionizing guns from the Goombas and goes over to Mario, like flies over to Mario on another part of the town, gives him the gun, and they shoot Koopa.
Together, like the
And he like,
Ghostbusters.
"Whoa." Like, yeah, he morphs into like a worm, a Tyrannosaurus Rex, a puddle. He goes through all stages of evolution.
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 He turns into, like, slime.
Yeah, he basically turns into what the king did, where instead of turning into like, because fungus is good.
Mhm.
So fungus is good. It helps us. So the king previously wanted to help the people, and he turns into something that does.
Mhm.
Koopa's nasty, and he turns into snot.
Oh, yeah, I guess it could be.
A little booger. But he also does call somebody a slime bucket at one point. So maybe that was them
Oh,
being
maybe
like,
that's
hey,
why.
he's a
Yeah,
slime bucket.
yeah.
Um, Hooray! Mario and Luigi have saved the faux New York. Koopa's dead. Ding dong. Uh, they decide they got to go home. They don't
Yeah.
belong here. They have to go home. So Daisy goes with them back to the meteorite and says, "Thank you so much for what you've done. You know, get home safely. Arrivederci, Mario Brothers." Um, but Luigi gets very sad because she's not coming with. She tells him like she belongs here. She needs to rebuild with her father, who is
A
now
person.
he has somehow, once Koopa died, become a fully formed person again,
Mhm.
which I don't know how that worked. Like because the Goombas still stayed Goombas. They didn't revert back to their
Oh,
weird
that's true,
form.
yeah. Hmm. Some magic powers.
Plot hole. Um, but Daisy decides she's gonna stay and she needs to be the princess to her people.
Mhm.
So heartbroken Luigi and Big Bro Mario cross back over into Brooklyn. We fast forward 3 weeks later. Angela slash Carlotta slash Mario's girlfriend, I think, has now moved into the apartment with them.
Yeah. Mhm.
They're cooking a nice meal. Luigi's all moping around, it's really sad. Then on the
Mhm.
TV, again, conveniently comes a story about the Super Mario Brothers, and they watch it. And then there's a knock at the door. It's open, and in comes Daisy looking trashed.
Disheveled, yeah.
Yeah, saying, "Mario, Luigi, I need you. You'll never believe what happened."
Mhm. Would you
And
think there's
then
gonna be a second one?
well, yeah. Well, my last question is, what do you think? Oh, dang it! I forgot one thing. We'll go back to it. What do you think Daisy
Was
needed
talking
help
about?
with? Yeah, she's like, "You'll never believe
Mhm.
what happened," and then Mario's like, "I believe it, but what?"
Yeah. I have no idea. Maybe Kukla came back alive. I don't know.
I mean, they did set up for a sequel
Yeah.
for
Which
sure,
never happened.
which never happened because I think this movie just bombed. Um, but yeah, and you basically just end with the Mario brothers agreeing to go back
To go help her,
to
yeah.
help Daisy. Um, did you watch the end credit scene?
Is there an end credit scene?
There's an end
What?
credit scene.
No?
So, did you ever wonder what happened to Spike and Iggy?
Not really.
Oh, well, for those of you who did, they're now living in Brooklyn and are being approached by a Japanese toy company wanting to
What?
know if they can make it into their lives into a video game.
Hmm.
And what do they want to call it? And it's called the Super Koopa Cousins.
I have not seen this.
I'm not making it up. Go back and watch
What?
it.
Did you watch the credits on purpose because you knew it was there? Because I don't think we saw that
No,
when we
no,
were
no, no.
younger.
So when I was watching it this time around, I missed the moment that her dad turned back into a human. And I was like, wait, I thought it was in like, you know how they do credits and it's like they'll show like the actor, but like a blooper or like a
Mhm,
continuation in the credits. I thought maybe it was that where like he
mhm.
just kind of like came out. So I watched it and it didn't happen. I was like, oh, is it an end credit? So I fast forwarded through the credits and then an end credit did come up, but it was the one with
Oh.
Spike and Iggy.
Hmm. I wonder if it's on my Canadian version.
It should be. I mean, I'm assuming it was there the whole time.
Hmm.
But the thing that I forgot to say what happened to the bomb.
Oh.
It for 10 minutes it just crossed the street
It really did.
basically.
I would never play with something like that.
Yeah, it crossed the street, eventually ended up blowing up and got King Koopa into the position where they could de-evolutionize them. But
Mhm,
did you notice the angle that you see the bomb come under Koopa is Dennis Hopper looking down
mhm.
to his feet, and through the grates of the street you can see the little babam is like stuck underneath. Did you see on the bottom of its feet that it said Reebok?
Oh, yes, I did see that actually. Yeah.
That little babam don't have shoes on. Like his little
Hey,
feet are sponsored by Reebok.
they need to get their advertisement in there.
Like come on. I never
I did
never
actually know I do remember seeing that.
I've never noticed that, but noticed it now.
Mhm.
Like I was like, okay, you get your paid advertising in there. um so yeah, that is Super Mario Bros.
Bros.
But also just Super Mario Bros, not to be
Mhm.
confused with the Super Mario Brothers movie.
Yeah.
I feel like I probably can. It might be a good thing that people can't find this because they're probably like, Brittany, what are you talking about?
This movie is real.
It is
It's out
real, but
there.
it's a lot happening.
Anyone that I've talked to about this movie has not seen this movie
Yeah, I don't know
and
that
doesn't
anybody.
even know it existed.
But like the cast is so good. Like I don't know
Mhm.
how this could have bombed.
Yeah.
Ba-bomb. Dang it, that could have been a good. I don't know how this could have bombed.
Maybe.
Well, with that confusion, Nicole,
Hmm.
the question of all questions, do you think that this movie holds up or is it just nostalgia?
Hmm. It's a hard one, but I think this is gonna have to be nostalgia for me.
Yeah, I think so. I think
Yeah.
that in my heart, I enjoyed it. I still
Oh,
loved it.
yeah,
I
it's a
thought it
good
was
movie.
fun.
Mhm.
But I think that there's so many plot holes, questions, weird CGI, things that
Mhm.
just don't make sense that I'm just like now as an adult, I'm questioning those things whereas as a child I could have forgiven them.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunate nostalgia.
Sorry.
Yeah.
But guess what? We own it.
Exactly, for $3.49.
So we can watch it whenever.
So if you wanna watch it, you can get it on Amazon.
I thought you were gonna be like, if you want to watch it, come on over.
What?
I'll probably charge if I have people come over. You gotta pay for pop something. Yeah. So guys, that was our first episode back.
Woohoo.
It was a bumbling, stumbling one, but we did it.
Mhm,
We
mhm.
had fun. Next week, what are we gonna watch?
I was gonna say we never decided. We were thinking, what, Mannequin or what was the other one?
We're we're thinking a few. We were thinking Mannequin. We were also thinking, do we continue a Bob Hoskins thing and go with Hook?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
But we also had been talking to previously about a Goofy movie.
Yeah. Which
Guys,
ever since we talked about Goofy Movie, I've been listening to that music for the last however many
should
weeks
we
we
do a
mentioned
Goofy
it.
movie next week?
I like Goofy Movie.
You know, guys, Nicole really wanted to do a Goofy movie during our soundtrack month, and that's the month that we ended up having to stop for her back surgery. So,
Mhm.
hooray, Nicole! Let's do a Goofy movie.
Alright, sounds good.
A Goofy movie is next week. We hope that you guys will come and join us. Thank you so much for tuning in, coming back to us. If you would, please, on YouTube, give us a like, give us a subscribe. Let us know in the comments,
If you've
have
seen
you
this
seen this
movie.
movie?
Yeah. Do you know about this movie?
Straight up, have you seen the movie? Did we confuse you anymore, or did we make you want to watch it? Or if you found it somewhere streaming, please let us know so other
Yeah.
listeners can find it.
Mhm.
Again, like, follow, subscribe. Everybody who downloaded the episode on audio, thank you so much for subscribing to us wherever you get your podcasts. Go ahead and follow us over on Instagram at Movie Night.
Underscore podcasts,
Hold on,
isn't it?
guys. Guys,
That's how long we've
what?
been gone,
Oh my God,
is
you guys,
that
it
we don't even
is.
know.
Guys, follow us on Instagram at movie night underscore podcast. Since I will say, since stopping, we've gotten so many more followers, so many views on our videos. We really do appreciate you guys sticking with us, but we are
Mhm.
back. Let us know what you want to watch. We'll be here. We hope you
Yeah.
guys will be too. Hope you guys have a great week and a great movie night. Thanks for being here.
Bye.
Bye.